Hello, my name is Margaret and welcome to Rearfacing Toddlers. When I do car seat checks, and also sometimes when people come to me to buy a bigger car seat when their baby has outgrown the infant one, there is one mistake that I see that people make with belt fitted seats time and time again. This is a correctly fitted infant carrier. In all of these car seats, the lap belt goes across the top of the seat over the baby's legs, and then the diagonal belt wraps around the back. But sadly, a lot of people get this wrong and they all make the same mistake. And you can see why people get this wrong. When you sit down in the car yourself and you put your seatbelt on, you get the seatbelt and you wrap it around the front of your body before you buckle it in. So when people install their belt-fitted infant carrier, they instinctively take the lap belt around the back of the seat, pass it through the blue guide on the back, then buckle the seat belt in and place the diagonal belt in the blue guides on the sides of the seat. I come across a lot of seats that are installed in this way, and this is wrong. When a seat is installed in this way, there is nothing here to hold down this corner and the whole seat is extremely wobbly. Because there is nothing holding down that corner, it only takes very minimal effort to flip the whole seat upside down. Imagine if your baby's car seat was installed in this way and your car was involved in a car accident. Your baby and his car seat would be flipped upside down. Sometimes when I check a car seat for somebody and I find that they have installed their infant carrier wrong in the way that I just showed you, they will say to me, "Oh no, my one isn't wrong, this is how it's meant to be installed. The instructions say that it does." So I have built up this collection of infant carriers just to show you that even though they're all different makes and models and they all look slightly different, they are all installed in the car in exactly the same way. All rear-facing car seats have blue seatbelt guides to show where the belt needs to go. So on infant carriers like this, you've got two on the side for the lap belt to go through when it goes straight across the seat, and then you wrap the diagonal belt around the back, and that goes in this blue hook here. I have now piled up all these car seats in 4 piles of 4, 16 of them all together, just to show the blue seatbelt guides on the sides of them, and to show that although they're all different, like some are very, very big, like on this one here, others might only have a little blue sticker next to a blue seatbelt guide moulded into the seat itself. Some are just partially blue, some are very, very big. On this one here you can't see very clearly because it's mainly grey, but there is some blue on the inside. This one here almost looks white but is in fact light blue. That one's got a darker blue on the side seatbelt guide. This one here has a blue sticker. That one's got a white sticker with a blue arrow. So all of them will have something on the side in blue to indicate the seatbelt path. All infant carriers also have a blue guide on the back for the diagonal belt to go through. I've turned a few seats upside down here to show you the differences because the size and shape of these blue seatbelt guides vary a lot from make to make and model to model. So this seat, for instance, has a very big blue guide on the back, and so does this one. But on this one here, there is no blue guide at all. All you've got is a little blue arrow on the back. And this one here has a big black guide, but still has a little bit of blue around the edge to indicate that it's the seatbelt path. This one just has a little sticker. And on this one, there is no blue on the belt guide at all, but it does have a sticker next to it with a blue seatbelt through it to show where the seatbelt needs to go on the back of this one. Now, most car seats only have one seatbelt guide in the middle, but sometimes, as on this one, you might see two. And in this particular car seat, both of these guides are used at the same time, so the belt goes through both of them straight across the back. And on this one here, there is nothing on the back at all, but you do have 2 blue belt guides on the side, one here and one on the other side here. And in this particular seat, you only use one of them, not both like in the previous one. When you install a belt-fitted car seat in your car, it's always easier to put the baby in before you install the seat, because if you try to put the baby in afterwards, the lap belt will be going across the seat and it can be quite difficult to get the baby in underneath. For the purpose of this video, I will be installing all the seats empty, but normally you would put your baby in first. You start the installation by placing the car seat rear facing with the backrest at a 45-degree angle in the car. You then fold the carrying handle down out of the way so that the seat belt is easier to get around the car seat. Make sure the seat is at the correct angle and pull out the seat belt. Pull out the seat belt and place the lap belt in the first blue hook on the side of the car seat. Then take the belt over the top of the seat where the baby's legs would be and place it in the second guide on the opposite side. This car seat is a bit different. In this one, the lap belt is routed underneath where the baby sits, so underneath through the bottom of the seat. This is very unusual. I hardly ever see any of these, but I did want to include it here just in case somebody has a seat like this. But in the vast majority of infant carriers, you take the lap belt over the top of the seat, under the blue guides, and then buckle it in to the seatbelt buckle. And then I find the easiest way to get a tight installation is to put my leg in the footwell. You now push the seat into the back of the car with your knee whilst pulling the belt really tight to remove all the slack from the lap belt. You then keep pulling the belt tight to maintain that tension and wrap the diagonal belt around the back of the seat. And you now need to place the diagonal belt in the seat belt guide on the back of the car seat. And on this particular one, you do that by placing the belt under that hook there, through this guide here on the back, and then over this hook on this side. Now you may remember this car seat from earlier, and this has got two seatbelt guides, one on either side in the corners of the backrest. And on this particular model, you pass the belt through both of those blue clips. And this car seat doesn't actually have a seatbelt guide on the back at all. Instead, on this seat, the belt guides are on the side, and you've got one on either side, and you only use the one where the diagonal belt goes back up into the door frame. So you just slide the belt through this hook and pull it tight. But on most car seats, you'll just find one blue clip in the middle of the backrest for the diagonal belt to go through. And on this one, it's quite big. Once you have installed the seat with the lap belt through the correct guides and the diagonal belt around the back through the hook indicated in blue, you then need to pull the seat belt tight one last time, and you do that by holding down the top of the seat with one hand and pulling the seat belt up in the opposite direction with the other hand like this. And now the seat is really tightly installed. Once the seat is installed in the car and the seat belt is nice and tight, a very important part of the installation is the carry handle, which in most car seats needs to go in the upright position. But there are a few car seats where the carrying handle doesn't go upright and instead it goes all the way forward over the baby's feet and locks into place. Make sure that the buttons that you press to release it pop back up so you know that it's firmly locked. I have just done a step-by-step infant carrier installation using 16 different car seats, and I'm now going to finish this video by doing a complete installation using just one with a baby in it, because as I said before, you will have put your baby in the car seat before you install these seats in the car with the seat belt. So you start by placing the seat in the car, make sure it's at the right angle, fold the carry handle down so it's not in your way, then you take the seat belt, pass it through the first belt hook and then the second one, and buckle it in. Oh, if I can find the buckle. Then you put your knee in the footwell and push really tight whilst pulling all the slack out of the lap belt, and you then take the seat belt around the back of the car seat, place the seat belt in the blue guide on the back of the seat, pull the belt really tight, make sure there's no slack left in the belt at all, and put the carry handle in this particular seat back in its upright position all the way here. And that's a complete infant seat installation with the seat belt. Now that the seatbelt is routed correctly, the corner that was previously loose in the incorrect belt routing is now anchored down by this part of the lap belt, and when I try to tug the seat, it's rock solid and doesn't move at all. I have made this video using 17 different infant carriers just to show that no matter what make and model yours is, they are all installed in the same way. So even if your particular car seat is not included in this video, the belt routing will be the same as in the 17 seats that I've just shown you. Thank you very much for watching. If you would like to subscribe to my channel, please click the logo in the bottom right corner of the screen, and I'll see you next time.